Hello and welcome to ALR, now almost season 5 podcast, a special edition with RDO.
Yeah, thank you. So we're just going to announce the placements and talk a little bit about the calendar and also some more finer details around season 5.
But yeah, we're gonna take a look at it as well. So
Yeah, I can take over. So to start things off, we're going to be starting off with looking at some new things for season 5, and there is some new stuff that people haven't been expecting. There's probably some new stuff that people have expected when you look at how many signups have joined the Discord. And first off, we're going to be looking at something brand new for season 5, and that is that we're going to have seedings for teammates. That means that 10 drivers are going to be seeded as seed number 1, and 10 are going to be seeded as seed number 2 in each division. And you can't team as a seed number 1 with another seed number 1. You have to team with someone in the bottom half. So that should make it a bit more even for the constructors. And yeah, I guess what do you think about that?
yeah, I think the teams are gonna be a bit fairer. There's not gonna be any domination right now, like
Yeah,
last
hopefully
season,
we
tier 2 or tier 3.
tier 2 and also in the sprint league, it was a bit
Yeah,
one-sided. And hopefully this can help make things more of a level playing field. At least that's what we're aiming for with it. And then one thing that most people have probably thought was going to be happening for this season is that we've got an all new fourth tier with tiers 1 to 3 staying on Thursdays and tier 4 on Sundays. So we've got an extra Thursday tier, all at 8 p.m. UK time as usual.
okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
And then
And
if
the
you want to run down
calendar,
the
yeah,
calendar,
yeah, of course. The calendar for season 5, of course, we're starting on the 10th of December, is the Thursday, and Australia. Then, I mean, Australia, we had it like 3 weeks ago. It was a good race in every tier.
yeah,
Hanger.
hopefully it'll be quite fresh in some people's memories as well. So some people that drove last season might have a bit of an advantage here over some of the new joiners.
Oh, my headphones just fell off my ears. uh, and
Yeah, so then
Morris can do his strategy better.
yeah, and then next up we have China, which is an all new track. That's on the 17th to 20th of December before we head into the Christmas break.
Yeah, I love it. I love China. I love China. On the game, at least. Not in real
Yeah,
life. Then it's Britain, Silverstone, classic.
yeah, probably my favorite track on the game, and I think it's a track that loads of people really, really enjoy racing around. And I remember last season it was one of the better races, I think, although
Yeah,
we
yeah,
did have quite a lot
definitely.
of good races. And
And the
then
S2
round number
Cup as well.
4, yeah, that was really, really good. I enjoyed that one. And then in round number 4, we head to France for the first time on this game, 14th to 17th of January for that one. A track that's very, very sort of dividing opinion. Some people love it, some people hate it. What are your thoughts on it?
Not my favorite. I don't like the track, but for side-by-side racing, we did a lobby yesterday, and I had one lap of side-by-side racing with Igor in France, and it was spectacular. But the track itself, I hate it.
Yeah, it is quite good for side-by-side racing, especially with that the two main straights. It's really easy to
Yeah.
get a switchback coming out of that little chicane.
Yep. And then I quite like the track on the 21st of January. I enjoy it on this game. Last year it was a bit off, I think, with the chicane, but now.
Hungary's not my favorite, to be honest with you. I really struggle with this track, so don't expect to see me near the front for this one.
Okay.
But But after that, we head to a very interesting track. We head to the shortest one on the calendar, and that is Austria. Is it the shortest actually? Is Monaco shorter? But it's shorter in terms of time. Anyway,
Yeah.
maybe not distance. And that's at the end of January, where we actually started season 4. So it'll be nice to head back there. It's been a while since we've been there, and it'll be interesting to see how people's pace have changed. I think Morris Guy won tier 2 last time.
Yeah.
Waldemar won tier 1, and I think Shabs won tier 3. Did he?
Shabby on tier 3.
Shabby. There you go.
I was about to win the race. I was faster than Shabby actually, but lap 6 I binned it and I had to just do a recovery drive. It's my favorite track ever. Austria. I
So we'll
love
see
it.
you towards the top there, hopefully.
I love it. And then we have Belgium Spa, also a classic. It's It's an amazing track. Eau Rouge and Pouan and the bus stop chicane, getting the braking right. Always a good track.
Yeah, I think we had a quite a few DNFs last
Yeah,
season. I know I DNF'd in Eau Rouge. I know CTI Steeman,
Matt DNF'd in.
our Sunday our Sunday commentator, he DNF'd at Eau Rouge as well. I think that's his first DNF in ages. So it'll be interesting to see if people can last the whole race. We also had our evaluation race there at the start of the game. Some people might remember that.
New.
And then marking the halfway point, going into the second half of the season, we have Monaco for the first time this game, which will be interesting. Quite an advantageous track for the wheel users to get a bit of an advantage here.
Uh,
And you
I
either love it or hate it, don't you?
I I don't like it. I skip it in my team always. I always
Y-
simulate it. I just cannot concentrate that hard for 36 or 38 laps. Five
It's
and
definitely a
no
race of attrition.
knowing that I may not touch anything. Maybe if it was
Yeah,
with damage off, it would be okay. But
pretty much Monaco. If you manage to last the whole race without wing damage, you will be scoring points and probably pretty good points at that. Most people will be coming in for at least one wing change, I'm sure, at one point. But it is also a track where your tires last forever, so you are able to come in quite early for a wing change and still make a one-stop work.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah, it's a good track for qualifying in the race. I don't like it. Uh, yeah, but then it is time for another awful track, Abu Dhabi. Um, it's still better than Spain, but I mean, it
Yeah,
could be worse.
so Abu Dhabi is one of our admin team Blue Jeans' favorite tracks, so that's why it's on here. Once again, in the middle
Oh
of the
god,
season, as we thought we'd like to have something different towards the end, as you can see, not
yeah,
what you really expect for the end of a calendar.
yeah. I was quite shocked. See,
Yeah, so next up we round off February with a trip to North America and we head to Maple Syrup Land, Canada, which is one of the better tracks in the game in my opinion. Really good racing yet again, such a great final sector to have loads of overtaking opportunities. Once even the middle sector as well, you can get some overtakes done around there. And I know there are certain drivers who love this track. Ex Vilho or Rossi will be looking for a good result here. I'm sure there's other people further down the field and some new drivers that might be looking for some good results here as well.
yeah, track limits like the track as well.
Yeah, you
I
can
have
see
to
some
say
high
that.
penalties here.
I had 9 penalties in this year's race. One more warning and I would have been disqualified, I think.
Yeah, you probably would have.
Yeah. Then it's Japan. I like. I mean, everybody. I think everybody likes it. Just so
Not
flowing.
everybody.
I mean, it is flowing, and when you get it right, it's amazing. If you mess up one corner, you're gonna have to pull yourself out of that. It's hard
Yeah,
to
I also
overtake,
think
I think.
I also think the hairpin up until just
Yeah,
off the
that's
hairpin to
awful.
the end of the track is one of my I think is one of the better
Oh,
series of corners on the track, especially 130R. That is just such a fun corner, especially going side by side with someone through there. You know that is just an entertaining battle if you can do that.
I think the hairpin, the real hairpin, not the spoon corner, but the hairpin, that's awful on this year's game. You just don't have any traction.
Makes it difficult though, doesn't it? But
Yeah,
after our trip to Japan, we head back to Europe and we go to Monza, and it's a trip to the Tifosi at the start of March, really. Um,
yeah.
should be a good track. It's one of the fastest tracks on the game, just pretty much flat out all the way around. Always good racing here. Sometimes we get a few safety cars, sometimes we get a lot of chaos at the first corner, so everyone will have to be careful for that. And in my opinion, really good track, really enjoyable track. Hoping for a good result, and I hope you guys enjoy the race there.
Yeah, it's a low, so you might get a little wobbly on the back end of your car. But if you get the lap right, you're gonna be. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's a good track. It's a classic again, once again. Yeah, and then it's Brazil. Finale from this year is the penultimate race for next year. That yesterday I had an amazing battle with Xavi, and I was yelling like,
Yeah, I
it
really love
absolutely
Brazil.
is.
I
It
I think
absolutely is.
Brazil is up there with one of the best tracks to end a calendar on, and this time we've gone for the penultimate race for it just so we can switch things up and have a different track at the end, but it's still going to be a great race to have a track on, and it might even decide some championships.
Yeah, it might.
And then
And
and then for the
yeah.
final at the end of March, we head to USA, which is a track that takes some of the best bits out of some of the tracks across the world. For example, the turn one is absolutely insane. The start of the lap as well is similar to the S's at Silverstone, Maggots and Beckett's there. And then towards the end, we have a corner similar to turn eight at Turkey. So it's got all great bits from tracks around the world. Does it come together as one though? That's up for you to decide as we head there to round off the season five calendar.
I like the track. I know who doesn't like the track and who's really vocal about it. It's Matt. I think the track is really well done. It's one of the best of Herman Tilke.
Yeah, and I think that's everything to discuss for the calendar, really.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, the lines in the background are snow, not rain, for anyone asking. We'll just say that. And I think we have one more slide to go before we get into our tier placements, where we're starting with the Sprint League, and then we head over to tier, the lowest tier, all the way up to the top tier, and then we'll round things off after that. But yeah, time for the next slide.
Yeah.
So the next
Season?
slide
Yeah.
is about our Season 4 Race of Champions, which will be held on the 3rd of December at 7 p.m. UK time. It's a 100% race featuring the top 5 from Tier 1, the top 4 from Tier 2, Tier 3, and the Sprint League, and the top 2 from the F2 Cup and one wild card. We'll be having a track vote, which will be either posted on Twitter or in the drivers chat between 4 tracks, and they're listed on the screen now, and it's actually going to be working as a reverse championship order. So we'll be going from the people who finished bottom of tier 3 all the way up to the top of tier 1 starting at the back.
Okay. So overtaking will have to be done.
Yeah, there should be a lot of overtaking and it's going to be a long race, it's going to be a race of attrition. Gonna have
I
to keep
mean,
the car on the track to make sure you get a good result as well.
good you didn't list Singapore here because then the race would be like 3 hours long.
Yeah, Matt straight away said, do not add Singapore because
I've got to work.
this is commentated by Matt and Blue Jean. Um, so it should be a good commentary team and it should be a good race, hopefully.
Yeah.
Anyway, are
I'm
you ready
looking
to get
forward.
into the placements?
I am looking forward to it. I just made the placements in the last race.
Yeah, just about. You clutched it up at Brazil, didn't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, we're
Uh,
going to be starting things off with the Sprint League. And I guess first off, we'll just run through all the people. We'll take it in turns to name one each. And then we'll discuss a little bit about the favorites and a bit about which teams you might expect to see, who could
yeah.
maybe make up a good lineup, and who might be winning the drivers or constructors, I guess. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. So,
And so starting off the Sprint League, we have S Boomer 22,
hyped Schultz,
Trapesky C,
Pontus Johnson,
Rick VGR 06,
M Wilt G27,
Big Bambino 27,
Elite NL Dave,
Mobby Kick,
uh, Turam Bar 999,
and then for the Seed 2s, we have Blue Jean 24,
CR7 12468.
Mag 9902,
Oh god. Noof Quidus 8,
Dangerous Dove,
Ab 53 Mo,
Los Alexos,
myself, Terminator 31,
and Stephen.
and II Nebula 99. Nebula.
And then
I don't
we
know.
only have one reserve currently for the Sprint League. If you want to join the Sprint League as a reserve, be sure to put it in the chat and message one of the admins, and there should be a space for you. And then commentary, we have Xvilho or Rossi once again. So, who are your favorites in the Sprint League next season?
I mean, I'd be mad if I didn't say hyped. He's really fast. And I also have to say Pontus and where is he? Is he in the league?
Who?
I don't know. I thought Pontus would like to drop out of the sprint league. I don't know. If he's staying, then it's Pontus, hyped, and Big Bambino, I'd say.
Interesting. I think hyped would definitely be up there, obviously defending champion. I think Trapesky C will be up there as well. And I
Yeah.
think you could see M. Wiltig and even Tarambar give it a go and give it a shot as well over the course of a full season.
Yeah, fair point.
And then in terms of teams we expect to see, I think the first obvious one to say is I could see Boomer and Blue Jean teaming up here and giving it a good go for the Constructors. I think that could be a solid team in the Constructors.
Yeah, really good team.
Is there anyone that catches your eye out of the seed ones?
Pontus.
So we could see Erminator and Pontus go for the Constructors title maybe.
Maybe. And maybe. I mean, I'm okay with everybody. I'm slow anyways.
Maybe you could see CR7 and Big Bambino as well. I feel like that's a
Yeah,
good pairing.
that's a good pairing.
And yeah, Sprint League once again will be on Tuesdays, 225% races, one shot quali for the first one, reverse grid for the second. Safety car will be off for season 5 because of the issues with it, and we didn't really see a need to keep it on in the Sprint League because it's so short. And I think we're ready for the bottom tier next.
Yup, I am.
I just realized we have actually already confirmed it's tier 4. And I didn't have to keep saying
Oh,
bottom tier, I could have just said tier 4. And kicking things off with the tier 4 drivers, we have Erminator 31,
Alu Palu.
Puggle 2904,
Then we have Osvaldo Romeo.
and we have Shabs EN,
Otaku Logan.
we have URT MCFC Boy or Wide Load Billy,
And we have Lasso 7.
we have XX Eli EXX.
Then we have CI SDSPM.
I smashed that, can I just say?
Yeah, yeah.
And then kicking off the seed 2s, we have JC Blackley,
Chew, the legend.
Eric Pancakes, what a name.
Oh, Nutella Lover and Eric Pancakes. Imagine
It'd be
that.
dream team.
DK Gamer.
Ketuka Vile,
Grand Captain, yeah.
Noof Squidders 8,
Okay, Mike Sans.
Stephen or STXPHRN,
Agalos or Bob.
and then for the reserves, first up we have Monkey Mafia,
Oh, what a name. Slimmy Cam.
then we have Jamie Ryan returning from season 2,
Yeah. Has Smith 11
Sohan Matthew,
and Sabetti.
and then on commentary on our Sunday night we have CTI's Demon 20 once again. And who are the favourites for tier 4 in your opinion, Erminator? Because you know the grid a bit better than I do.
I don't want to sound cocky, but I'm gonna list myself there.
That's slightly cocky. If I had to pick a name, I would say either Oswaldo or Poggle,
I would say
considering you've already
Osvaldo,
said
Bill
yourself.
Lasso.
Not gonna lie, I could see any one of these seed ones.
Yeah.
I could see 9 of these seed ones, sorry, winning the title. I'm not gonna say who the other one is because I don't want to be mean, but I could see 9 of them winning.
I mean, Chu is a really fast guy, but he makes some questionable mistakes. Really
Yeah, and
questionable.
I feel like Katuki Vile as well could score some really good
Yeah.
points. In terms of constructors, is there anyone that you could see?
As my teammate or as a good
As your
pairing
teammate and as a good
general?
pairing, but yeah,
I could work again like last season, and maybe myself and Agalos, that would work.
I could see Alu Palu and Katuki Vile teaming. I
Yeah.
think they'll probably will team because I think they know each other. In terms of a good team for the title, I could see Oswaldo or Puggle and DK Gamer. Feel like that would be a very strong pairing.
Yep. I don't know who Puggle is. Well, from your presentation, he should be fast.
No pressure, Puggle. No pressure at all. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a really entertaining league for Matt to commentate on. And if any of you want to watch this, it's on Sundays at 8 p.m. UK time every week. Rounding off the action pretty much for the week. And I think we can move on to tier 3 now.
Yes, we can.
So starting things off, we have El Truco.
Then BMG Parallax.
Then last season's tier 3 champion, ex Jabi Rec X.
Then it is Bundes 1.
Then it's Zakobo.
MF Air. The MF Grease 7. Sorry if I ruined your name.
Absolutely nailed it there. Then it's Jamie H05.
Then it's Grayson F1.
Then it's Ted 420.
Then it's Renault King 98.
And then for the Seed 2 drivers, we have Witj 2016,
Cablo 1984.
Dangerous Dove,
Luke Boos.
Christ 347,
Nutella Lover.
Silderfort,
Uh, I always call him Slider Force. Oh God, sorry. I
You've
then
just noticed,
TTI's Demon 20 or Matt.
Viol Nile 23, I believe.
Yeah, I also believe. And then it is Larry Wax.
And then kicking off the reserve drivers, we have Cole Baseball,
Oh, then we have Word Upome.
then we have
Word
Geordie Fella,
Upome.
then we have
Then it's
Geordie
I
Fella,
N D E. Yeah. Then it's
then we have
I.
Quake.
Yeah.
uh,
Go for it. Go for it.
then we have Quaker Oat rounding off the reserves. And on commentary, we have Otaku Logan this season for Tier 3. And then one thing we forgot to mention about the reserves is that we'll just be having whichever reserve replies first will get the seat. So it's not going to be reserve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just going to be all reserves together. Whoever replies first can drive first, and then until all 5 slots are used up.
Yeah. And what about the Constructors Pairings? Who do you think would be a good
We're
team?
going Constructors Pairings first. Oh, I could see CTI's Demon and Jabi. I could really see that happening. Or Truco, one of the two. I could also see Truco with Cablo. I could see Bundes with Luke. But I reckon in terms of a good, like challenging constructors pairing, I think Jabi and Matt would be a good pairing. Hmm, I have a feeling Jacobo and Christ would be a good pairing as well. I know that's a bit out of
Mhm.
the hat, a bit out there.
Yeah.
And what about
I
you?
think I think Sharby and Nutella would be a really good pairing because Nutella is really fast, but
Yeah,
he
he
either
is.
wasn't there, I mean physically there, or wasn't there on track at the races. I mean he did show his pace, and JMH with anybody would be an amazing pairing. I can see
Yeah, I
that
think,
happening.
well, of course he's going to be with somebody.
Yeah, with
Um,
anybody.
I think in terms of drivers' championship, I think you could see Truco, Parallax, Shabby, Grayson, Ted or Reno King, I think would be a good shout. I've heard good things about Reno King. I haven't driven with him myself or seen him drive, but I heard he did some races with a bunch of other guys, and apparently they were quite impressed with his speed.
Yeah, yesterday the session we did, he was good. He was really good. I mean, this is a headache. That based on the last season, everyone is thereabout. Maybe Matt, but Matt isn't looking to be the fastest guy out there. He's just looking to drive. I don't know. It's really hard.
Yeah, I know it's really cool because we've literally got people that could win anywhere. But apart from that, I believe we're ready to move up to tier 2,
Yep.
which is the tier that you'll be
You go for
commentating on. And let's have a look at the lineup now,
yeah.
starting off with Twanek,
Then Penna CLB is post 7.
then myself,
Then it's Ponage Town.
then it's Simba Wanyika,
Then it's Joe underscore 2020 2211.
then it's Big Bambino 27,
Then it's Serenito 32.
then we have Morris Guy,
Then we have Kenny and some emoji 25.
and then kicking off the seed 2s, we have Igor, hashtag
CR7.
Igor Army.
Yeah, the Igor army always there. Yeah, CR7. 1, 2,
Then we
4,
have
6, 8.
then we have Cassell 9992,
Then we have Elite NL Dave.
then we have Serikaya S,
Then we have Crow underscore M2.
Z.
Oh, it's Zed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then we
It looks
have
the same.
Rick. Yeah. Then we have Rick VGR06.
Then we have Tierra Noble.
We have Nip Steven.
And Epical Andrew.
And then into the reserves, kicking things off, we have Aspland 3,
Toplapai.
Kronk 6800,
Then your uncle what?
Nigel.
And
Nigel.
it's uncle with A. Yeah, Nigel. Yeah. I thought E should be with the word. Sorry.
And then we have KKR Pickle.
Yeah, and I'm commentating.
So, are you looking forward to commentating on this tier, on this grid?
Yes, many new drivers. I mean, not new drivers, demoted drivers that I haven't commentated on.
Yeah, in terms of actual new drivers, we have Serenito, we have Epical Andrew, and Crow MZ and Cassell. So 4 new drivers to the grid. I think we have about 6 or 7 demoted from tier 1.
Yeah, including yourself.
Yes.
I'm
Who
gonna
would you
roast
think?
you.
Thank you so much. I'm so prepared. I'm really not. Who would you think for options for the driver's title?
Oh, well, CR7 it's a long shot because he
Oh, you're going for a
isn't that
seed 2
consistent.
for the driver's
Yeah,
title.
he is fast. He's one of the fastest. Igor, I wouldn't say for directly for the drivers' championship, but if the main contenders make mistakes, he could be in for a shot. But then the real threats are yourself, I believe.
Thank you so much. So
Twanak,
kind.
Big Bambino, and Morris, I'd say.
So, if you were to ask me, I think there is 2 clear favorites for this title. I think anyone, pretty much anyone on the whole grid, I think has a chance at winning this,
Yeah.
not gonna lie. But like I wouldn't be surprised if anyone won this, let's just say that. But I think there's 2 clear favorites, and that's Twanek and Joe.
Oh yeah, Joe. I miss Joe.
I think you'll also see Symbol up there. I think you'll see Big
Yes.
Punnage up there. I think without a doubt you'll see Morris Guy up there. Tierra Noble even out of
Yeah.
the C2 drivers would be a good shout.
I mean, this is a really good damn placement because everybody could take the championship. They're all there.
Yeah, I genuinely think that as well. In terms of constructors pairings, I already know who my pairing is, which is nice, and it will be interesting to see what you think about who could be a good pairing and who
I
could be an option.
think Tierra with Bambino would could be a really amazing pairing. You could see also CR7 and Morris work. And I can see Simba and Igor work amazing.
Do you want me to say who my pairing is, or do you want me to leave it?
I mean, you can if you want.
I might leave it. I mean, it's going to be revealed straight after in the Discord, but you know. In terms of what I think could see as a good pairing, I think Simba and Rick would have worked really well. Both drove for McLaren last season. I think Joe with CR7 could be a really good pairing, and I could see Punish Time with Epical Andrew. I think that could be quite a good pairing as well.
Yeah.
And Twanik with anyone is going to be dangerous.
I
It's like
I
mad.
I I almost didn't see Steven. He's also really fast. He could work with anyone.
Yeah, he drove McLaren as well, didn't he? So he could be with Simba. You never know. Wait, he was a
No,
reserve, but
no, he was
no.
a reserve, but then a Mercedes driver in the end.
Okay. Well, Joe drove Mercedes last season, so
Yeah.
there you go. And last but not least, the one that I said that a bit weirdly, didn't I? Yeah.
Last but not
Uh,
least.
the one that everyone has been waiting for. We've got Tier 1 up next, and we've got a few new drivers in there.
Yeah,
Are you ready to see?
I am indeed.
So here we go. Starting things off, we have defending champion of Tier 1, Tambi 96.
Then we have Ladamala.
Then we have Stan Rosema.
Then it's Morgan 235 or 235.
Then we have Hype Skulls.
Then it's Ghost Toy 115.
Then we have Dresse Basson.
Then it's Espuma 22.
Then we have M House.
Then it's Khaleesi 999.
And then on the C2 drivers, we have Basket Emil 96,
Swen the Men.
Hugh Sam 24,
Ishta. Yeah.
Jake underscore Ferrari 16.
Pontus Johnson. I'm just going to call him Pontus Johnson because that's his
And we have
ID.
Rudy.
Then it's MOG27
And we have X Vilho.
and Terpeski C.
Kicking things off for the reserves, we have H Matthias J, who unfortunately won't be available for too many races, but that's why he's a reserve, not a full-time driver.
Turan Bar 999.
We have VEF Grealish,
Mr. Stickles.
Mr. Jan Jr.,
Then it's XX Ranko 720X.
X. And then on commentary, we have K Purnell 23 or KP23 yet again. So what do you think?
I mean, I didn't follow Tier 1 that much because I commentated Tier 2 at the same time, but I've seen some races and I know that, I mean, Scalesi, he took part in one race in Tier 2 and he won the race by 25 seconds with a pit stop
Yeah.
more than everybody else. So
And
he
straight
could be
away got
fast.
promoted.
Yeah.
In terms of Tier 1, if you didn't manage to see much, we have Ladamala won 5 races
Yeah,
last season.
I know that.
Tambi won the title, won I think 2 races. Stan won 1 race. Morgan won 1 race. Hyped won 1 race. Boomer won 1 race, I believe. So did Scalesy and so did Basket and Meal. Joined for the last 3 races of the season and managed to win the finale by
How?
0.0023.
Oh God! How many races did you win
I won 7 races
this
in my
year?
imagination.
Oh, in your imagination.
I would have won 7 if I wasn't taken out by my teammates. And then in terms of drivers who we have sort of looking to win the driver's title, I think obviously most of the seed ones have a chance at it. I think favourites, you can't rule out Tambi. He won this season just pure consistency. I think he scored points in every single race. He scored top 6 in all but 1 race, I believe. Ladamala, who either wins or doesn't get points, like he just doesn't know how else to do it. He'll be a chance if he can add some sort of P7s, P8s onto his onto his poor races where he doesn't get points, if he can convert them into small points totals, then he'll be in with a shout. Stan will be in with a shout. Morgan will be in with a shout. Hyped will be in with a shout if his internet holds up. And then I think Ghost Toy, Dress Basson, and Scalesy will also be in with a shout as well. In Boomer and Polhees, it'll be tough for them, but they can definitely fight for wins as well throughout the season.
I think this is a tier where Seed 1 and Seed 2 are almost even on pace, on raw pace.
Yeah, and even saying that, I've completely missed out Trubisky C, who won Season 3,
Yeah.
Pontus Johansson, who's won Tier 2, and Basket Emil, who won the last race of the season, and Hugh Sam, who's really had a really, really good upturn in form, as well as Ishtar. And Jake Ferrari looks good as well from his pace, from what I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, he was there yesterday as well. He was fast. He was fast.
In terms of constructors pairings, is there anyone that you expect to see?
I mean, I cannot expect anything, but Pontus will be a great teammate to anybody. I know that. Xwillow will be a fast teammate to anybody, and
Yeah,
Trubisky will be a really competitive teammate.
I could personally see Polhouse and Ishtar teaming up.
Yeah.
I, Hyped Skulls and Wiltig were teamed last season, and so were Boomer and Swen, and Ladamada and Hugh Sam. There's quite a few teammates still in here together, so you could always see them not joining up again. Although I'm not so sure about Hyped and Wilts. I think they had some coming together in Brazil, which they weren't too happy about. I
I mean,
think
yeah, good.
Ladamada with the consistency of someone like Vilho or Wiltig would be really, really good, or even Swen.
Yeah, from the sprint league this year, I could see Hyped and Pontus being teammates and being really fast.
That would be interesting. That would be an interesting combo right there. I think Morgan and Jake as well would be an interesting combo.
Yeah,
Morgan was a reserve last season, or Morgan and Vilho as well, because he tended to get the McLaren quite a lot. But I think that is it for tier one placements. I think we can move on now.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, then we've just got this
Much.
grid which just sums up everything for you guys. You can see the admins down below and the host of your tier and who's on commentary, so you know who to add for the host. We don't actually have a host for tier 3 yet. We need to find someone with good internet. We've been asking around for a few people and we'll hope to get back in the chat at some point soon.
The season 5, it is upcoming, and we are looking forward to it. We hope you're looking forward to it as well. You'll see some podcasts coming up as well. Podcasts coming up as well.
Once you
Quarantine
fix
is
your
kicking in.
computer.
Yeah, that hurts being in quarantine and not having the computer. Yeah, the admin team wishes you good luck. It's RDO, Boomer, and Blue Jean. Yeah.
And I think that's it for this special episode of the podcast. And yeah, I guess Erminator will see you guys in the next episode. I won't. I'll hopefully never have to do one of these again.
Last time I did one with you, I cursed you that you DNF 3 races in a row.
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. I just loved being ridiculed for 45 minutes.
I wanted to request a no rules tier because that would be purely awesome. Just going straight on, not
You've
breaking.
got you've got ra you've got random lobbies for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess to end things off, pick one person to win each tier and see if you get any of them right by the end of the season.
Okay, so starting with Sprint League,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Hyped winning.
I'm gonna be boring and say hyped winning again as well. I
Tier
think
4.
over
Oh, wait.
over I
Yeah.
think over short distances he's really consistent and I
His
think
internet
he's hard
isn't.
to beat. Yeah, but you know.
Tier 4, I'm gonna be self-confident and say myself winning.
I'm gonna say Osvaldo Romeo.
Okay. Yeah,
Tier
he's
three,
the fast guy.
tier three. I'm
Um,
gonna say Renault King.
oh. I'm gonna say, oh, this is a really hard one. Oh God. Now you're calling me out here. Who's gonna win? I'm gonna say Grayson. Grayson to win
Grayson,
tier 3.
interesting. In tier 2, I'm gonna say Twanak.
I am gonna say oh, it's hard. It's gonna be either you or Morris. No, not Morris. Bambino. Morris isn't consistent enough. I'm gonna say yourself.
Oh, that's so kind. Just ready for me to bottle. And in tier 1, I'm gonna say Morgan.
Oh, tier 1. I'm gonna say Lada Mala.
Interesting. They had a feisty battle in Australia, I remember, together. And apart from that, I think that's it. That's definitely it from me anyway.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add.
So yeah, we'll see you on track in season 5. And I guess as you're watching this, we'll be sorting everything out in the Discord. Or I will with Boomer and Blue Jean. So give us some time before you moan about which tier you're in, Rossi. And yeah,
Yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you whenever my PC is done with my repairs. Bye.
see ya.